What's up, you sweaty nerds and greasy degenerates? Lady Fu Xuan arrives in Honkai Star Rail in only a matter of weeks, and so I thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and get a pre-farm guide ready so that we can have our Fu Xuan ready on day 1. And I decided to include the math for a 5-star light cone as well. That way, even if you're using a 4-star light cone, you can have Fu Xuan ready to play the moment that she comes out in the game, because thankfully the boss we need to farm that is new is already in the game since we are already in patch 1.3. Now let's go ahead and get into it and talk about what materials we're going to need, how much credits we're going to need in order to get Fu Xuan ready. Now let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, now you can't level up a character without some credits, so let's go ahead and talk about the credits so we can get that out of the way here. So, to level up the character itself, be aware this is rounded up, okay? It's not an exact number to make things easier for you. So, you'll need roughly 3.9 million credits to level up the character itself. You'll need 996,000 credits in order to level up the light cone. So, in order to level up the character and a light cone, you'll need 4.9 million credits roughly, so about 5 million credits in order to level up both a light cone and the character. Just be aware though, if you are min-maxing at the beginning of your leveling with the character and you only level up some of your traces to like level 8, things like that, you're only doing the bare minimum of what's necessary. Most of the time, you'll only need about 2.2 million credits in order to have a really good functioning character on day 1. But again, fully leveling up the character costs 3.9. The light cone costs roughly a million, and so it's going to cost 4.9 million, roughly 5 million total for both a light cone and the character itself. Okay, so for the new Stagnant Shadow boss, we're going to be taking on the shape of Abomination so that we can get the Ascension material Nail of the Ape in order to fully level up our Fu Xuan. You're going to need 65 of these, so go get farming. And it is available in the game now since we are in 1.3, so go grab those. And for our weekly boss, of course, we're going to be taking on Phantilia. Don't forget, this is a weekly boss, so we are somewhat time-gated. So go out there and grab these Regret of Infinite Ochemas from Phantilia before you run out of time. Don't forget that the week usually resets about the time that the new character comes out, so if you didn't grab all of them right before her arrival, you should be able to grab them the day that she comes out. Now let's move on to the Traveler's Guides here, which are the character experience materials, aka the purple books. So if you're going to be using the purple books only, it's going to cost 290 of those in order to fully level up our Fu Xuan. And if you're going to be using the brown books, just as an example of what it could cost you, you're going to need 1,160 of the brown books in order to level her up. And so you can use a mix of both, of course, but that's just a general idea of what you're going to need. And of course you're going to need 8 tracks of destiny for the higher level traces that you will be leveling up eventually. And now I'm going to move on to the trace materials as well as character ascension materials. So this particular material is used for 2 different things. I'm going to give you the total for both. That way, as long as you gather up this number, you will have enough no matter what. I'm not going to give you the split here. I'm just going to give you the total amount to save you a little bit of time. So you're going to use 56 of the Artifacts' module, and you are going to need, which is the green material. You're going to need 71 of the Artifacts' cogwheel. And don't forget that you can farm these from the Xianzhou Lafu enemies, you can farm these in Simulated Universe, and you can also get them through the assignments system every single day without having to do anything, just send your characters on assignment. And for the third material, which is the purple material, you will be needing 73 Artifacts' Geyer Hearts. Alrighty then, now let's go ahead and move on to some more trace materials, but this is also a material that will be used for your light cones. So not everybody is going to need to farm this if you already have a light cone ready for her and you're not going for her signature cone. So I will be splitting up these values, but I will also give you the overall total as well. You're welcome. So please don't get confused. I will be explaining which is which. First of all, with the Endurance of Bronze, which is the green material, you will need 18 of those for the character itself. We're going to go character first, then light cone. So 18 for the character itself. Then you will need 23 Endurance of Bronze for the light cone if you are going for the light cone. And if you are going for the light cone and the character, you will need 41 total. But if you're only going for the character, you will only need 18. Okay, I've explained it pretty well. Now let's move on to the next one. So for Oath of Steel, which is the blue material, you will need 69. Nice. And if you are leveling up the light cone as well, you will need an additional 18. So 87 total if you are going for both the character and the light cone. Again, if you're just going for the character, you're nice and only need 69. Now let's go ahead and move on to the purple material for this. It's the Safeguard of Amber, and you will need 139 of the Safeguard of Amber if you're just going for the character. You will need an additional 13 if you are going for the light cone, which makes for a total of 152 for the light cone and the character. Just be aware I have totaled these up using information from previous characters, so hopefully the math is right here, but if you do collect all of these total amounts, you should be good to go. And if you are going for a light cone, there is another material you will need with 3 different tiers, similar to the other materials. You will need 4 extinguished cores. You will also need 12 glimmering cores, and for the final tier, which is the purple tier, you will need 15 squirming cores. The light cone values were based on a 5-star light cone from the preservation path as well, so these values should be consistent with what we've already had in the game so far. And another reminder, I did mention this earlier, but you'll need 996,000 credits to level up a light cone that is a 5-star preservation light cone, so you'll need roughly 1,000,000 credits to level up a 5-star preservation light cone for Fu Xuan if you didn't have one already. So yeah, you're gonna need like 5 million credits and a whole lot of stuff in order to get your Fu Xuan ready to go for day 1, but I've left plenty of time. If you start farming now, you can have a meta level ready to go Fu Xuan right when she comes out, and you can immediately level her up because thankfully her boss is already out, so you can farm everything you need for her. I'll be putting out a Fu Xuan build guide soon and a pre-farm guide for links as well as a whole bunch of other videos as well. So if you appreciate the work that goes into these videos and you like seeing stuff like this, if you like Honkai Star Rail, other gacha games, please leave a like and subscribe. But if you thought this was really dumb, stupid, and unnecessary, and you hate my guts, go ahead and leave a hate thread in the comments so that I can tell you how much Jingly You likes me more instead of you. Alright, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. And don't let me steal your cookies in the middle of the night anymore, guys. You guys gotta lock that stuff up if you don't want me to come through in the middle of the night like the boogeyman and steal all your midnight snacks like your Oreos, your Pringles, and your lasagna. Lock the front door next time. Alright, I'll see you later. Peace out.